What is going on? All you amusing. Man, I swear, I gotta get more caffeine before I start doing this. Amazing viewers to play later. How we doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is when you are watching this video. As you know by that thumbnail, everything else you clicked on to get here today, it's finally here. I finally took the plunge. I finally jumped in. That's right. Get that big time in the screen. The Legion's Imperialis Horus Heresy big ass box set is here on the channel. For those of you who like to see it, there's the back of the box. Now, we're going to get into this thing something fierce. I do have to state, thanks Amazon, my box was beat to shit when it arrived. There was extensive damage to the box. Thankfully, all the components were there. Everything got mangled. But still, you know how we have to do this here on the channel. We've got to get the adulting out of the way. So stay tuned for basically an infomercial from our unofficial sponsor.
So there I was, 23 years old, prime of my life. I woke up one morning, looked in the mirror, and my hair was thinning. It was all falling out. It wasn't until I discovered this one solution that changed everything. My first initial thought was, it's gotta be genetics, right? It's not my fault, this is genetic. Go and find out. I'm not the only one dealing with thinning hair and confidence issues. And it was nuts because we started to change everything in our routine.
We started looking at what we were putting in our bodies, what we were eating, how much water we were intaking, and then we started working out and taking care of ourselves, but still something was missing.
But also what we put on our body is drastically important to our skin and hair health. So we ditched all of those chemical fill products. We started using healthy, organic ingredients and took it upon myself to start creating these organic ingredient products to help people. I have a solution for you. Ditch all of those chemical fill products and grab something that's organic, natural, handmade, something that your family will thank you and your health will thank you. Make the switch today.
Great company, great dude, seriously. Yeah, let me adjust that a little bit. Make sure you click that link right down below and abuse the ever-loving F out of your viewer-exclusive discount code. It's in the description box. Okay, I am filming this on March 21st, 2024. Currently on Amazon, it is $170 flat. It says Prime, 1 day eligible. I don't know if you can see that too well. I had to repair the corner here where basically it was blown totally open. But let's go ahead and get into the box, which you know I already have. I've already gotten in here, already had some fun, already assembling some things, and yeah. So, right off the bat, I was kind of greeted with one of those. Now, you know, that's supposed to be way down below, protecting all the fun stuff, right? Hold on. Yeah, you go there for a moment. Everything in here comes on a sprue. It really, really, truly does. From my understanding, these itty-bitty little figures are just a smidge bigger than Epic that was released a long, long time ago. Now, I'm going to give an unpopular opinion right now, and I know it's going to upset some people. Stop crying about getting the Orcs in. Stop crying about getting the Eldar in. Stop crying about getting Necrons in to, Legion Imperialis. It's the Horus Heresy. Did you read any of the source material? They really weren't a huge part of the heresy. It was brother against brother. Loyalist legions against traitorous legions. Good guy, infantry versus bad guy infantry. So, yeah, no offense, get over it. But what I thought was cool is the way to put everything together came with neat little artwork. I did like that. I'm probably going to tear that out and put it in a frame somewhere just because I like it. Now, these guys are small, all right? Everything that's in blue is what you're currently working with. They've got little numbers. Everywhere you see yellows where they suggest you super glue it down, okay? These went together pretty much no problem. Just getting them on the base and trying to get some space in between them was interesting. It really was. Simply because I didn't know if I wanted to paint the bases first. I don't know if I wanted to leave the guys on the sprue first. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Did I want to get blue tack and put them on a popsicle stick and paint them that way, then glue them down? I really wasn't sure. I settled with, I glued them to the base. The one area I had a lot of issues with, for some reason, was the missile launcher, guys. They're only like 2 pieces, but for some reason, trying to get it in there, I couldn't get anything framed perfectly. I couldn't. excuse me, Grandpa Nurgle's coming back. They teach you how to put together the solar auxiliary force that you get in there. You know, your Sicaran squadrons that you're going to get in there, which you only get one, which is 2 tanks. Your Predator squad, you get 3 of them. And I put them together with the dual las cannon up top and the side-mounted las cannons because I'm a Space Wolf player, and according to the lore, we were the first to ever do that. So I'm going to take that and run with it. They teach you how to put together your Malkador squadron. You know how it goes, all right? And you get 2 Warhounds in here, which you can equip in a variety of different ways. For me, I went with the Shock Lance and the Nexus Claw, not to mention the missile pods. I went with Swarmer and Shudder. Okay. That's the instruction book. Now, like I said, everything comes on a sprue. That one's all used up. Okay. Everywhere on there is little numbers, so if you just follow along, you're gonna be fine. Okay? Here's some leftover for a Warhound. And what I like is they give you parts to make it a Loyalist or Traitor Legion Warhound. So I thought that was incredibly cool. Move over here. Spare weapons for the Warhound, which I thought was kind of cool, simply because if I get other Warhounds, I can integrate these in there in other areas, because from what I've seen, the Adeptus Titanicus doesn't have the rules for Ursus Claws and Shock Lances and Swarmer Pods, which I get it. It's later on. Titanicus was, older, but I like the fact you can interchange the models, which is really, really cool. All right. There's your Solar Auxiliary. Or auxiliary, whatever you want to call them. And honestly, I'm not planning on doing anything with those, so those are probably going to be a gift to some of my friends over at Docking Bay 93. More auxiliary. Yeah, probably your Lehman Russes right here. Okay. You do get extra parts for your Marines. So save those, because you never know, if you get a bunch of extra sprues, you get an extra stand. That's all I'm saying. Always save your parts. Always save your parts. Or your sprues. More Marine extras. You use a lot. And what I did was go back and cobble together as many extra stands as I could. That way, you never know in the future what you're going to need, what's going to happen with what and where. There's your Malkadors. Okay. And these are for my Sicarians and the Predators. I don't know why they gave you extra turrets. That made no sense to me. You got 6 turrets for 3 tanks. I don't get that. I don't get it. Just like you got 4 turrets for 2 tanks for the Sicarians. I went with the plasma. But still, I'm going to show you all that in just a moment. Okay. There are your movement trays. Well, I should say movement bases. They're really small. And I do like the fact that there's stonework in there. There's even Aquillas that have been molded in there. I like what they did with the bases. They put time, they put effort in there, which I thought was really, really cool. You get 2 of the great whippy sticks. That's right. Those of you who are old school, you know the joy. You know the absolute joy in these guys. Reaching across the table and... That's all I'm saying. Whoops. The obligatory Games Workshop dice, plus the all-important scatter dice. Oh, yeah. Now, the thing with these G-Dub dice, I'm going to tell you point blank, after all my time of gaming... Oh, did I forget? No. Okay, cool. All my time of gaming, they're either going to be red hot, or they're going to be dice jail. I used to, before a tournament, take one of these guys outside and smash it with a hammer and go, that's an example to the rest of you, leaving my dice inside a bag. The obligatory Crown Royal bag. Okay. The all-important templates for Big Blast, Little Blast, and, flamers. Ooh, buddy. Just saying. Okay. like the fact they give you 2 reference sheets. What I thought was weird is those came in a paper envelope, which made me go, what the hell? You know, what did I get? I was thinking it was something special. Nah. And of course, your command tokens. Okay, before you even move, everything. And I mean, everything's got to get some orders. I've seen Play on Tabletop have some really, really cool stuff. So I'm wondering where they got those. Maybe they handmade them. I don't know. I've been looking on Amazon because I want a bunch of these. I really, really do. Okay, now that we've seen... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to show you some other stuff. And yeah, here's an example. There's a piece broke off from one of the sprues just from bouncing around. Yeah. So, of course, you get your rulebook. I don't know if you can see that, but it's been blasted all the way up and down through here. It's the worst rulebook I have ever got. Now, when you're looking through it, they do have lore in here. There's not a lot. Okay, there's not a lot, but the artwork is phenomenal. I like the fact that every single legion has legion-specific rules to it, which adds a little bit of flavor to you. Like, for my Space Wolves, enemy detachments with the Infiltrate special rule cannot be deployed within 16 inches of a Space Wolf model. In addition, enemy models with Outflank special rule may not be placed on the battlefield within 8 inches of any Space Wolf model when arriving from reserve, unless it's arriving from its own battlefield edge, which I thought was cool. They give you breakdowns on everything, like points cost and, you know, all the important stats that you need. What I like is there's little cards out there that have everything on there for you. I just haven't been able to get some because, of course, everything with Legion Imperialis is basically sold the fuck out wherever you're going. So if you go to your gaming store and you find it there, grab it quick. I do like how they have painted stuff in the very back of the book. But yeah, I do like that. Now, all right, let's move you guys. Wait. Sorry. Okay. Let's move you to there. Alright. Now. That's where I've chosen to put stuff from my walls. Basically a big old ramen box. No big deal. Don't, as I say, don't pay attention to the Spartans. They don't come in the big box set. Those were an additional video that I did a little bit ago. I do like the fact that the tanks went together real easy, and there's little grooves on the side sponsons, so you can fit whatever weapons you want in there, no problem. I did like that an awful lot. I'm going to tell you the best advice I was ever given. When you're building a detachment of tanks or whatever, build them all the exact same way. That way you don't have to worry about multiple things, multiple whatever. You can just pick up a bunch of dice and start rolling. Predators went together pretty much no problem. For the first time in a very, very long time, I've had to use gray primer on some stuff, simply because my local gaming store hasn't been able to get in white for a little while. And the last time I tried ordering white army painter primer from Amazon, it somehow got lost in shipping. Which I can guarantee you this next route is going to get lost in shipping as well, because it came from the exact same place, and it left Baltimore 4 days ago, and there's been no updates since. But still. Alright. What I like about these miniatures, you don't need a lot of work on them to make them kind of stand out. Remember, you're looking at them from that far away. Okay? You know, like the 3-foot rule. But base coat, a wash, couple dry brushes, wash, bam, done. And there's one of my dreadnoughts. Guy with, like, the autocannon, or excuse me, assault cannon. Real easily done. Astrogranite debris, little bit of Reckland flesh shade over the top. Gives me a muddy, concretey look, which is, like, no big deal. Now, one of my command stands, the leader had his plasma pistol broken off. It wasn't in the box at all, couldn't find it. So somehow, probably in shipping, it got itself lost with that big blown out part. But thankfully, They did give you a second command stand. So there we go. I know it's probably a little hard to see. And there is one of my infantry bases. Just simple color schemes, getting them moving, getting them going, no big deal. You get 2 things of assault and assault stands. You know, Marines with jump packs. You get 2 missile guys. Come here, you. 2 little missile guys. Two Terminators. And 2 stands of plasma packers. So you get a pretty good, and 4 Contemptor Dreadnoughts, 2 with assault cannons, and 2 with, the dual las cannons. So you get a big, huge force in there. Now, what I did with my Warhounds, like I said, one of them I pulled, I pulled a Caden. And in this house, that means you're doing something stupid. But still. I went with the pretty much standard, give them missile rag, give them, I believe that is the Shock Lance, stretch and eat. So, House Festivus got some reinforcements. Yeah, and this one is the Ursus Claw. And this one is the Ursus Claw and a rocket pack. But on that one, that's where I pulled the cane. I didn't put in a little additional attachment. So basically, the backblast from the missiles are going right into the side of my Warhound. Yay, me! Now, do I think the $170 is a good price point for this box set? Yeah, I do. Considering I looked at just the Spartans alone were $50. You look at the Sakarans, those are, Spartans are not in the box set, but you see what I'm saying. You get a lot. You get basically 2 good starter armies in a box set, 2 Titans, and some tanks. It's good. I don't know what Games Workshop's going to do with it. I'm not an all-powerful seer. I don't know. It looks really easy to pick up and learn. It looks incredibly fun to play. I like the alternate activations because it prevents like an alpha strike on turn 1. It looks like something I could hugely get into. If not, somebody at Docking Bay 93 is going to inherit a hell of a force for at a reasonable price. Free! Anywho, we're at the most important part of the video to me. Seriously, we really truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff right down below. Are you into Legion Imperialis? Do you have any pointers for like a new player? Do you have any advice? How's your experience been playing it? Like I said, for me, I've only watched games online. I watched a little bit of one at Docking Bay 93. I like the fact that when you get fighters in here, because you can bring in Aeronautica Imperialis, and the fighters just don't leave and are gone. They're like zooming around the board the whole time. I like that. Because, if I'm going to go out and drop $70 for a fucking Thunderhawk, I don't want it to be a one-turn wonder and go, oops, I missed. But still. Now, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that while filming this video, and I'm pretty sure that I did, hit that big old thumbs up. Only going to give you instant karma, help you roll natural 6s. That's my theory. Go test it out. It's going to show love and support for the channel, which is always appreciated. And most importantly, it's going to trigger that YouTube algorithm. But there we go, guys. My quick, weird look at, here, I'll just hold up the rulebook. The Legion Imperialis' starter box. That's about the only way I can put it. The starter box, the big box, or whatever. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. Hope you're having a great day today. Hope you're having a safe day today. And one day, Emperor willing, we'll be rolling dice across the tabletop.